Hello folks, hope you're doing well. So this one, well this one is, what was just on my mind is, when I've listened to people like Chris Blackerby, I've been astounded at the fact that he doesn't seem to see the church. He doesn't seem to see a church that's highly left-wing, scared of mentioning anything that could offend, having no interest in helping people to deal with their issues. Oh no, put it this way, if someone goes forward in a meeting, which sometimes will happen, again, depends upon, if you have a visiting speaker, that speaker might call people forward for prayer, ask people if they need prayer. Well, then for a short while, they will focus on that person. Because often that person has been highlighted, so therefore they'll do something about that. But generally speaking, no. Because generally speaking, yeah, the River Church and the Community Church of God, they're not, strange churches in the fact they don't do that. In the fact that they think it's okay to ban people. That's not strange. That's typical. That's very much the norm in church now. So, okay, so why is it that people like Chris Blackerby don't see this and don't call this out? Well, one answer to that question is maybe it's not their job to do so. Maybe it's their job to simply talk about the things that they're talking about. Like in college, you will have around the world people trained in different areas of skills. And maybe that's the point. We're people of God that are bringing what God has. People sticking to what they've been taught and what they've been trained to do by God is a good thing. That's not something we should see as a bad thing. So if they're not meant to speak about it, then okay, that's cool. Yeah. In the past, I've seen one or two people speak about it, but it's been rare. And it's been normally just, something quickly said, or something talked about that some churches are like this. I'd say Rick Godwin was one of those. He would speak about it, but did he take ownership? And did he, because he had a church, was he saying his church was the same? Don't know. Because he was the one where the quote came that she was not coming back for a prostitute bride, a bride that's in bed with the world. Okay, so he was pointing out a point there, obviously, that the church is in bed with the world. But I don't remember him going into incredible detail about that. Now, again, maybe he wasn't supposed to. But there is that point also that certainly from understood ways. In people-pleasing churches and stuff like that, they tend to bring in people that are people-pleasing. They don't tend to bring in people that are going to go against the grain, do they? Depending upon who is doing the hiring, etc., or who is bringing people in. Well, as I said about the chap who was doing who was doing the filling station, he was someone very, very much who, with him, if he died now, certainly last time I saw him, if he had died then, I'd be 99.9999999% certain that he would be going to hell. because he was incredibly left-wing, safe space church, lukewarm, bringing in lukewarm speakers, don't ever say or do anything that could offend, and he himself was of the understanding that if someone was going to help him to deal with his issues, it had to be very, very gently done. So obviously he was bringing people to speak who were like him. He believed that things should be done gently, and really the finish station was not a place where people should be challenged. Not really. Gently challenged, maybe, but not really challenged. And so he didn't. And so there were opportunities all the time that he missed. All the time there were going to be opportunities he's going to miss because of the fact there are things that need to be said. And even the point with the finish station, as I said, when there was a lady who came and prophesied that in a year's time the church would be sorted because God's going to get the people that were in the way out of the way, I would have actually invited that person back in a year's time. Now I'd have made it public knowledge this person is coming back in a year's time. Why? Because if what they said isn't true, then we can ask her questions. We can say, so how long have you been a false prophet? Well, because if people believed what she said, and again, he's inviting people to bring this stuff, but never really explaining, be careful what you believe. There are false prophets, and there are false prophets, because stoning false prophets isn't something that happens anymore. So therefore, everyone is free to act like a prophet, even though they're not. And that's why you've got people believing that their church is going to be phenomenal in the future, or that they're going to have this incredible relationship with God, or that God's going to use them in an incredibly powerful way. It's because of some form of false prophecy. I've had false prophecy being spoken over me. I was not impressed at the time. I took no notice of it. But it happens, and it happens a lot. Yeah. So, yeah. Are some people in the church going to wake up to the reality of the mess that they're in? Yeah. I would even say it's possible that some churches as a whole are going to wake up. Yes. But generally speaking, if you're talking about as a whole, is that going to happen? No. I'd say it's likely around about 20 to 26% will. 75% won't. And won't ever. But then again, that number comes from what the Lord was talking about with tares and seed that's fallen upon dodgy ground. The church is absolutely full of these people that are tares and seed that's fallen upon dodgy ground. And that's because, in most of the world, Christianity is not challenged, is not persecuted, so therefore it's a very, very comfortable place where, they can ban people, they can do that. They can be very, very left-wing. In China, they couldn't have done that. In the early church, they couldn't have done that. So only people that are serious about a relationship with God actually bother to go to church. As soon as the persecution stopped, suddenly people could flood in because of the fact that, it was a way of looking good. And for many, that's why they go to church. Or it's some sort of community centre. Yeah, certainly a lot of older people still go to church because they've always gone to church and it's what they do on Sunday. It's not because they have a relationship with God. So, yeah. So, no idea what's going to happen. Or how, right now, no idea. Well, because, again, I don't know what other people are saying or who God is using. Because I imagine God is using people to say different things. I'd love to find out because I can receive them what they have, and that'd be cool. Yeah. But right now, we are where we are. And right now, my understanding is where it is. And my outlook is what it is. So there you go. You take care. God bless. Speak to you soon.